All right, guys. Today we're going to be talking about how to change a spare tire. You can use this whenever you have a flat, so you don't have to call AAA. First, you're going to need some tools. Starting off, you definitely need a jack in order to jack the car up, get the weight off the tire, and you need a wrench to get the lug nuts off right here. Alright, guys, next, what you have to do is you have to kind of get under the car like this. Find a flat spot under the car that's metal so that it has a strong point to sit on when you jack her up. We're gonna do right here. If you can see that, right up on there. All right, guys, so every jack comes with a crank. This is the one that comes with mine. You're gonna put it in. Some of them are built in, this one is not. Put it in here, make sure she's in the right spot, and start cranking her up. Before you jack the car up all the way, you need to use the wrench, put it on the lug nut, turn to the left, start getting them loose, like so. You leave them on, not all the way off. This is the full setup of the crank. You want to get low, really start to turn in order to take the pressure off of that tire. Once she's all the way up and the tire's off the ground, that's when you know to start taking the tire off. All right, guys, now that the wheel's jacked up, you want to take the lug nuts all the way off. As you do this, you want to do it in a star pattern in order to evenly distribute the weight. All right, guys, now we're going to take the tire off. We're going to replace it with this one, the spare, and then we start to put it back on. As we put the tire back on, we got to line up the holes here where we took these lug nuts off. Back up with these screws here. Here we go. All right, now that the tire's on, we're gonna move to putting the lug nuts on back in a star pattern. In order to do that, we're gonna start by loosely putting them on by hand in order to make sure they're on right. Now we're gonna tighten them up until the wheel starts spinning in a star pattern, just like before, like so. And then once they're all tight, you'll know to drop the tire down and tighten them up for good at the end. Okay, so I took the old tire out, move it to the side, and then start bringing the car down, like so. Now that the tire is down on the ground, with weight of the car on it, we're gonna tighten up those lug nuts so they won't move, they won't come off, to ensure that the tire is safe to drive with. Like so, in a star pattern. All right, guys, now we're gonna bring the jack all the way down. And that's how you change a spare tire.